Okay, y'all, I got some amazing news today. I have some amazing news to share. And for neurotypical people, you may not think it's all that amazing, but for all you neurodivergent people out there that are watching my channel, you will totally understand what this is. And I mean totally. So on to the news, but first a little bit of backstory. Last year was the first Christmas that I was a shut-in, and going out and peopling and being around people and interacting with people in real life is just not happening for me. One of the things that happens about this time of year is a particular grocery store puts the prime rib primal, the standing rib roasts on sale. And every year for the last 9 or 10 years, I've gone and I've picked out this primal. Last year, I couldn't go out and do it. My husband had to go out and do it. He had to go by sending me pictures of the primals that they had and us picking out a good primal. And we did. In the end, we got there. We got an amazing, fantastic, beautiful primal. And I heard my husband say, don't cut the meat off the bone. And when my husband brought this primal home and I took it out and I started getting ready to salt it down so it could go into its dry age refrigeration stage, the meat was cut off the bone. And so I sent my husband back with the roast, but I didn't want him to return it because if you return meat to a grocery store, they just throw it away. So he took that one back and he had him cut it into steaks, picked out another roast, and the pictures were misleading. And when he brought it home, the one side that I had seen was gorgeous and beautiful, but by the time you got to the end of the third bone, it was flat as a pancake and it was just completely unusable as a Christmas roast because there's no way it would cook anywhere near evenly enough. I said, just have him cut it into 3 one-bones and we'll pick out another one. So he had them do that first, and when they brought it back, it was again cut into steaks. I was having a massive panic attack just thinking about having to go to the store because the only person that I would know there would be my husband and everybody else would be somebody that I had to people with, and it was just stressful and horrible and terrifying and traumatizing and everything. And if you're neurodivergent, you totally understand, and if you're neurotypical, you might not, which is kind of the point of this channel. I really want to help neurotypical people understand that we're neurodivergent. We're not bad people. We just have things that are different with us. Anyway, and so I'm wearing this massive hoodie, one of those ones that are supposed to be worn like a blanket. And I've got the hood over my head, and I've got ballistic earphones on, and I've got, sunglasses on so I can't see anybody, so nobody can see my eyes. And I get to the store and I am led to the meat department by my husband because I can't see where I'm going. And we get there and he starts pulling out primals for me to look at. And I'm already in a terrible situation. I'm already in a horrible position. My brain place is just awful. And then there's these people, and it must have happened like 8 times. So they're walking by with their grocery cart or they're walking by with their basket, and they come around and they just walk by and they come around and then they bend over at hip length and then they turn around and they look up inside my hood to see what's going on up there. And it's like, yo, people, I'm wearing this for a reason. And like 8 times, it started the panic attack all over again. At the full height of the panic attack, I was crying, I was shaking, I was shivering. At one point, I was holding on to the meat case. And so my husband was trying to hug my soul back into my body, and he wasn't doing very well. And I finally picked a roast, and it was... it was acceptable, and that's the best I can say about it. And my husband had to walk me out of the store and into the car and put me in the back seat and put me a blanket over me so that I could cry and have my panic attack, full-fledged, absolutely uncontrolled, hyperventilating panic attack while he walked back inside to pay for this piece of meat, bring it home. Fast forward to this Christmas. I have been absolutely dreading going back and picking out the primal. I was dreading it so bad that my spoons have been so low for so long that I just couldn't. I didn't even comprehend how much the panic was weighing down on me. But this amazingly awesome, wonderful, fantastic woman that I know is dating a guy who is also a fantastic, wonderful, amazing guy who works in a meat department. And I asked her if he would be willing to cut the primals and show it to me and package it up, and my husband could just go out there and buy it and bring it home, and that would be it. And she said he'd be willing to do that. And my husband walked into the family room today with that primal, and I saw it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful piece of meat. As soon as that roast was in my hand, all of the pent-up energy and all of the things that have been pulling all of my spoons away from me washed away. Just washed away. And all of a sudden, I had so much energy. I was bouncing around this house. I got it salted. I got it in the refrigerator. It is now going through its dry cure process. It's an amazing way to cook a prime rib. If you want to look it up, it's Alton Brown's recipe. But oh my gosh, I was dancing around the house. I had so much energy. I haven't danced in ages. And just the fact that I don't have to go people to get this prime roast was the thing that did it. And it's amazing news. It's awesome. It's wonderful. It's exceptional. If your neurodivergence matches mine, or at least parallels mine, then you understand completely, because you're one of the neurodivergent people who just really don't do well in real time, in real life peopling. And I don't have to do it. I don't have to do it. I don't have to go to the store because of this wonderful woman and her wonderful man. There. Massively good news. All right, if you're neurotypical, you may not understand why that's good news, because going to the store is absolutely nothing to you. If you're neurodivergent, I can feel you singing along with me. This is day 9. I will see you tomorrow.